Yo, what's going on, everybody? How's it hanging? How's it happening? You know who it is. It's your guy, Kevin, from the Chord Progression Podcast, brought to you as always by My Song Day Rock 2000 to today. It is Tuesday, December 24th. Have a Merry Christmas Eve, everybody. Merry Christmas Day, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever holiday you're celebrating, Boxing Day, Hanukkah, Kwanza, I mean, any of them. Have Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas, all that good stuff. So, for this Christmas episode of the Chord Progression Podcast, if you're watching the video right now, you can see the lighting is a lot different, and that's because, well, I'm shooting this, and it's sunny as hell out, so I've got the windows open. It's actually like a crisp, like 45 degrees outside. It's really nice, especially for December here in Wisconsin. So I'm really enjoying that at the moment. But before we get into the show, let me go through the shameless plugs. As you guys know, if I had advertising, which again, still working on, a lot of things going on. So at points, this is taking a little bit of a back seat because of other stuff that's been going on with us. Of course, I will be talking about that on the show as well. We have some, we just already put the ads if we had them. But at the moment, we don't. So we're just going to say this. For the My Song Day Project, follow us on all our social media platforms. Facebook, you're going to get notified anytime anything comes out there. Ooh, I got a little message up. Kickoff for something. Twitter, we're going to talk to you guys as well because I recently had one that I asked on Twitter, do you prefer Amy Lee of Evanescence or Sharon Denadel of Within Temptation? Why did it take me so long to figure that out? And with that, I actually saw a good explosion on Twitter from people responding. So, yeah, Twitter, you can talk to us. Instagram, you can talk to us on Instagram. I mean, I'll post questions every single day or something every single day for you guys to respond to. We have our IGTV videos every single Tuesday night where you get a behind-the-scenes look at what's going on with us. We have our Instagram live streams that happen every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Central. And, yes, we are doing one on Christmas Day. And you can see if you're watching the video on YouTube, I've got the Santa hat on. But it's the Minnesota Vikings Santa hat because Skol Vikings, let's win this game, and all that other good stuff. All three of those platforms, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, the Song of the Day choice will be posted on those with a 30-second clip of that song so you guys get a taste of it, and you guys can actually listen to it for yourself. Absolutely love that. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel as well, where we release videos every single Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Central. Some special Monday ones if we have double album reviews to do. The podcast comes out every single Tuesday on those, but especially with the year-end review coming up and the year-end awards coming up, as from the 25th to the 30th, there'll be one dropping every night at 8 p.m. So you guys are going to want to watch those to kind of get my take on what the most surprising album of the year was, most disappointing, best song, worst album, best album. And I know it's going to be very polarizing on some of those, especially the worst album and the worst song. But that's kind of why we do it, so we can get some conversation going. We can see why you guys like music that, maybe I don't like, or you guys can see why I like music that you don't like. It's just a good conversation, and you know it. Also, if you're on TikTok as well, we got a TikTok as well, so follow us there. We used to do some fun stuff, but I got to really get in on that a little bit more. Here at the Chord Progression Podcast, again, thank you guys for listening as well. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and you can watch it on YouTube as well every single Tuesday, and maybe some special ones here and there, and I'm going to get to talking about that one, the one that we had yesterday, because there's something that I really want to talk about with that as well on this episode of the podcast, and also our Amazon Alexa skill. You can listen to the whole entire Song of the Day choice on there. It's a great way to, get going in the morning, wake up, go to bed, rediscover old bands, discover new bands you didn't know about, discover new songs, or when it comes to Small Band Saturday, you can actually hear all these small bands that are trying to make it big, and you can hear their whole song from them, so you can kind of decide if you like them or not. But then you can also get the 30-second preview of that song on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. So I think I covered all my bases on that one. Links for everything in the description of the podcast, or if you're watching a YouTube video, links for everything in the description below. But now let's get on to the show. Oh my God, I think I just screeched there. What the heck am I doing? Okay, so first thing coming up is the podcast that we had, Podcast 47 on December 23rd, the special podcast we had with the Girls of Gold, Frankincense, and Myrrh. And I hope you guys listen to it because I absolutely love talking to those girls. They are absolutely amazing. And yes, when I said that I would be in attendance for their show at Life Fest in July of 2020, I absolutely mean it. So I will be there for that, and I can't wait to actually see them live because they've got a great sound. The one thing I really want to talk about that is the interview went incredible. It's not really an interview, it's a conversation. That went incredible on our ends as well. The issue I had with it was in post-production. And again, this is nothing on GFM. If you listen to the podcast, this is nothing on them. This is on me because, as you can tell, I'm doing a lot of different things right now with this. I mean, and I'll get into everything I'm doing for December because now it's coming out. I mean, I already talked about the year-end videos, but I'll talk all about those as well in there. But basically what kind of happened with that one was when I got the audio out on both my mixer and from Skype, because I did the Skype call, or I did the recording via Skype, everything that I had on my, like all the audio recordings I had of it, there was a couple of points in there where it got really fuzzy, and there was like a lot of distortion, or what's the proper word, a lot of fuzz, a lot of interference, a lot of noise, a lot of feedback from the mic that just shouldn't have been there, and it wasn't there when I was listening in on it as well. So I'm like, okay, what the heck is going on here? And I ended up trying to figure out, I got to find a way to get this static. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of, static. I want to find a way to get this static out of there, and just completely out of there, so that the girls at GFM, you can listen to them and you can really get a full grasp of what they're all about. Because, again, you guys have heard me talk about it. I really do like this band. I really do. I love their sound. I love how they kind of have that mix. Like, they have like the pop punk tendencies, the metalcore tendencies, and some hard rock tendencies there as well. Like, they mix it up a lot, but they've got just one hell of a sound. And the clean and unclean vocals, they match so well together between the girls. It's just, it's something to behold. And I want to make sure it was the best possible. So I ended up doing was, because the audio software that I was recording on at the time just did not do anything for me to try and like edit it. I ended up downloading Adobe Audition. Now, this is my first time using Adobe Audition as well. I use Adobe for everything when it comes to this stuff. So when it comes to the creation of all the content you see on Twitter, on Instagram, I use Illustrator for that as well. But anything with the video, so all the podcast videos, all of the YouTube videos, and when it comes to like the song of the day, like 30-second clips, yeah, I have to make videos of those. So that's all done in Adobe Premiere Pro. I absolutely love Adobe Premiere Pro. I'm going to put that out there right now. I love that software. But now I'm like, I got to clean up this audio. I know I could clean up in Premiere Pro, but I got to get Audition because I'm not a big fan of using the audio software or the audio recording software with GarageBand that I had been, because I'm like, I can get by with it, but I want to make it even better. So I was going to try Audition, and I'm like, okay, but I've already recorded on GarageBand. I've already got the Skype recording on it, so I have to figure out what's going on. So the day after the interview, when I was trying to edit this stuff, I mean, I had a lot of stuff in my mind too, especially with the YouTube videos, which I'll get to at some point. But I had so much on my mind, so much going on with work, and just I spent the whole entire night on Tuesday trying to figure out Adobe Audition and trying to figure out how to get as much static out of there as possible without compromising the vocals from the girls. Because there was a point where I was really trying. I'm like, okay, I got the static out of there, but it sounded really muffled from the girls. And I'm like, I need to make sure that they're clearly be able to be heard. So I just could not figure it out for the life of me. Went to work the next day on, I think it was Wednesday, and I was trying to watch all these different YouTube videos, read all these different articles on how I could potentially, and I mean potentially, get this done and figure this out. And all the articles kept saying the same thing. I kept seeing them the night before, but I didn't really take it into full effect. So I was really trying to figure out exactly what to do. They're showing me what to do with the static and how to get parts, like recognize what the static is and how to get it out of there. And all of a sudden it took me 5 minutes, and then I'm like, okay, this is actually pretty good. You know, it could use some work. So I was working out for like an hour or two, and what you guys heard, I mean, with how much static there ended up being, that is probably the best way that I could have gotten it out of there. But I do kind of feel bad, though, because I wanted that one to be, you know, the most pristine, perfect thing, because I tried to do the same thing for Jonathan Norris at Kingdom Collapse. I want to do the same thing for GFM as well, because when it comes to Small Band Saturday, those are two of the bands that I'm heavy on, like really big on, and I know they're going to have a chance to make it big. And I'm going to end up seeing both of them in 2020. Jonathan Norris and Kingdom Collapse. I'm going to see him in Chicago in March of 2020, and the girls of GFM at Life Fest in 2020. Hopefully I get to see him more than once, honestly, because I really want to. And I mean, who knows what might come out of that? Just kind of some of the stuff that we could create with that for the podcast, for the YouTube channel, for Instagram, for anything. Because you guys know I'm big on these bands, and I want to help them get big. And I'm trying to do the best I can. And I want to make sure that that's perfect. And even though I did as much as I could trying to get that audio corrected and make sure all the static was out of it, I just kind of felt a little bit defeated afterwards because like I got to a certain point where it was like everything I did up to that point, like it worked to the way I needed to, but then as I kept messing with it a little bit more, it just kept getting worse and worse. Again, it was somewhere I could get the static out, but then all the voices were really muzzled and muffled, and you couldn't really understand what the vocals were or the voices were or what words were being said from one to the other. So I'm like, okay, I got to deal with it. We got to deal with it. I hope you guys will listen to the whole entire thing because they talk about a couple of great things, like what their Germany trip and how they almost got left behind because of luggage issues when it comes to the amount of weight a bag can have when it goes over to Europe. When their whole entire Christmas song, The Most Wonderful Time of the Year cover, which again, I did put that as a song of the day choice yesterday for them as well. Today is actually one of my favorites for Christmas Eve. It's Merry Xmas by Ice Nine Kills, and I got a Merry Xmas shirt on the way at some point. I hope it's here by Christmas Eve because I kind of want to wear it on Christmas Day and be like, Merry Xmas, motherfuckers! Woo! Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna be doing that. But maybe I won't yell out the motherfuckers during when all my little cousins are around it because I got a little cousin that's like 2 now. Yeah, I got a little cousin that's 2. Another 2 that are both 1-year-olds, and then my cousin that has a son that's 7. But he ended up marrying the woman who had the child from a previous relationship. So they have a son that's 1, and they're having another kid. That won't be arrived yet. But I don't want to wear the Merry Xmas shirt around them. I mean, or I do want to wear it around them because it doesn't say anything bad on it, but I don't want to be like, Merry Xmas, motherfuckers, around them because that would not be good. So yeah, that's where we're kind of at with that. But otherwise, I'm gonna end up turning everything over to Adobe Audition because there's so much more I can do with it. So I'm really excited to see how that's going to end up turning out, especially when it comes to enhancing the vocals on everything that we do, especially when it comes to all the the videos and the podcast and everything. I'm going to do as much as I can with Adobe Audition because I'm actually really liking the product. I just got to get used to it. And you could probably tell that, of course, you got to get used to some of the stuff. And you're going to see there's a learning curve as well because if you take a look at some of the content that I made for My Song a Day, Rock 2000 a Day Instagram page and Twitter page, if you go all the way back to, August 2018 when I started this stuff, you can see kind of it's not that polished. It's pretty crude. Now, I think it's pretty good, but of course, I'm always going to get better. Take a look at the YouTube videos as well. It's the same thing, so I'm getting it a lot better with Premiere Pro. And it's going to be the same thing with Audition as well. So there's going to be a learning curve there, so please give me some patience, give me some time. Overall, though, I just want to wrap up with things with like the GFM podcast because I really want to end up having them on again, but so we've had them on once over the phone. I've had them on once over Skype. And you know what the next, and same thing with Jonathan Norris too. You know what the next step for both of those is? Podcast with them live. So I'm actually be able to talk to them face to face. That's going to be the next goal. I don't know how I'm going to end up pulling that off, but I'm going to pull it off somehow. I always do. So that's kind of what we're looking at with that. I was talking about how I'm going to go see their shows, and well, over the weekend, I had plans to go see a show. I was going to go down to Chicago to see AntiFlag, and as time went on, I ended up missing it, and I'm not happy about it. So, as I was talking about with the GFM podcast, getting all the audio set, and with all the year-end YouTube video stuff because of how much time it was taking, I actually ended up taking off from my full-time job on Friday the 20th, the day of the show, because I wanted to work. I still wanted to, get to the gym because that's always like my time. That's Kevin time. But then I also wanted to work on all the videos and start editing them because I had cut them already. all 6 of them. So I wanted to start editing them, putting everything together, and then running them, and then be able to go to the show. However, I decided not to go to the show because the videos were taking a lot longer to basically put together. I had not been sleeping well over the past couple of days because of how much I've been putting time in this. Like, I've been up till like 2 a.m, getting up at 5:30 again and going at it. Like, the night before the night before I shot this, I ended up going to bed. I didn't fall asleep till 3:30. I woke up at 5:30. I'm doing this on 2 hours of sleep. So if I was going to go to Chicago, the show didn't start till 8 p.m. I mean, AntiFlag wasn't going to get done till like 11:30. I was going to end up taking the train back from Cermak, Chinatown stop all the way to Wilmette, right by where Northwestern is. So it's going to be about an hour and a half. It'd be another hour back to where I live. So I would have not gotten back to like that exact same time. And I wanted to sleep, but I couldn't sleep. So I think I kind of missed out on that one. But I did get a lot of the YouTube video stuff done. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But I do want to I am a little like mad at myself because I really want to see AntiFlag again. They got their new album 2020 coming out on January 17th, I believe. And you better believe I'm doing not a podcast. I'll do a podcast, like talk about it, but I will have the YouTube video album review on it as well. And you guys know we're doing with those as well because the YouTube album reviews, especially when we did Walk the Sky and Flaw Design, we end up changing those up to the point where the podcast, I went through those song by song, and I still plan on doing that, but the YouTube videos were no longer song by song. The YouTube videos were a lot more condensed and had a little bit more pieces to them. So I was like, okay, we're going to take a look at this aspect of the album, then this aspect, and this aspect, and put them all together. So I wasn't looking at a song-by-song basis. I leave that for the podcast, though, because then I feel like I can just kind of rib a little bit more and have a little bit more free time with it as well. So, yeah, when it comes to AntiFlag, I'm mad I missed the show. However, I did get to see them once this year, and now I'm like, I got to make sure I see them in 2020 at least once because I got to make up for this one. And I was actually thinking about concerts as well because when it comes to concerts, I really like some of these. Like taking a look at like the bands I really wanted to see. I mean, every year I try and go and see Rise Against at least once. I have to. That is my thing. Well, with Rise Against, I gotta go see him live. I also really, I gotta go see Disturbed again in 2020. I have to go see him with Kathy Miller because the 2 times I've seen him with Kathy Miller have been nothing short of amazing, and I have to go again. Especially because I need to do meet and greet with the guys as well. And if you looked at the video, my phone just fell. Woo! So you can see that kind of stuff. We're going to put it right there. Just I'll leave it there. I want to see Hollywood Undead live in 2020 as well, due to the fact that I haven't seen them live since 2017 when they came out with 5. I know they're coming out with their new album on Valentine's Day. Yes, the review will be out for that one as well. So don't worry about that. Don't worry, keep your socks on. And so I really want to go see them as well. I hope the Foo Fighters go back because I want to actually see the Foo Fighters once because I haven't seen them yet. Alter Bridge I am set to go to next year because they're going to be in Milwaukee on the 15th of February. So I'm set to go see Alter Bridge with Mark Tremonti, Miles Kennedy. Ooh, is that going to be a good show? I want to go see Skillet again, and I'm going to end up going to see Skillet in January. So I'm excited about that because they're going to come here to Milwaukee. Yeah. So we'll go see them as well. I want to see Motionless in White again in 2020 and Beartooth, but I don't think I'm going to get to that tour that they're going to be doing because it's just, I don't know, Wednesday in Chicago. Kind of tough for me. Let's see who else I want to go see again. I really want to see Ice Nine Kills again in 2020. I really want to see Ice Nine Kills again. That's probably like just below Rise Against and Disturbed is like Ice Nine Kills. Let's see. I wouldn't mind going to see A Day to Remember again. And I'm trying to think. I am going to see In This Moment again. I get to see Black Veil Brides for the first time. I get to see The Devil Wears Prada again. And I get to see We Came as Romans. And now on Thursday the 19th? Thursday the 19th, I actually have an interesting story for you guys because I saw the day beforehand that I think the Sylvie and Madison posted this that Falling in Reverse, who I was supposed to go see at the Sylvie 2 days after Thanksgiving with Crown the Empire, that got canceled, unfortunately. But now the Drug in Me is Gold tour is coming with The Word Alive and Escape the Fate. So it's Falling in Reverse, The Word Alive, and Escape the Fate. And I thought, oh my God, this is awesome. And I looked at it, and they're playing a Saturday night at the Sylvie in Madison, Wisconsin. And I just looked at myself, I'm like, am I going to this? Yep. Funverse is going to end up playing the whole Drugging Me Is You album along with a couple other songs. So I'm hoping I get to hear Popular Monster because I absolutely love that song. So that's what I'm really hoping for. They actually play that at least once. And then the fact that, Escape the Fate's going to be there. And I do like Escape the Fate's music, and I'm hoping that at one point they're going to end up bringing out Ronnie Radke to do Situations because that's going to get the crowd going nuts. And The Word Alive, I get to see The Word Alive the first time. That's going to be awesome. So I get to see those bands for the first time. I will end up getting to see GFM for the first time. I'll get to see Kingdom Collapse for the first time. I see Bad Omens for the first time because someone told me, hey, Bad Omens is going to be in Wisconsin. Is that near you? I looked, I'm like, they're playing at a bar in Cudahy. I live close by because it's a suburb. It's a suburb south of the city of Milwaukee. I'm in Milwaukee, so I'm like, oh, this is really nice, especially because it's on a Sunday. I'm like, I can deal with this. Are you freaking kidding me? Let's go. And then, of course, there's a bunch of other bands. I'm like, I gotta go see. If after all the Alter Bridge stuff, if Tremonti does his solo band and goes on tour with them, yeah, I want to go see them again as well. Unfortunately, I won't be able to see Chevelle. Saint Asonia, there's another one I gotta go see. Saint Asonia. I hope to God Adam Gontier brings the outfit over here. Breaking Benjamin as well, because I know they're coming out with the Acoustic Aura album, and I will be doing a review on that one, and its close comparison is going to be the Ghost Note Symphonies by Rise Against. So we're going to take a look at that as well. So again, when it comes to concerts, I'm getting excited for it, but the reason I can start building my excitement for it is because the year-end YouTube videos. I gotta talk to you guys about these because these are the YouTube videos that drain me because last year I did one video for it and I had all 6 of those awards all packed into one video, all one 28-minute video. Well, this year the best 10 albums of the year took 28 minutes. So I had these chunked up into 6 different videos, and just the whole entire process of how this happened and what the hell happened to me is just utterly insane. And let me tell you guys about it because there is a moral to the story, which is always double check, and make sure you have a good ass internet connection. That's all I'm going to say for the morals. But let me get into the story. So on Friday the 13th, yes, thank God it's Friday. Friday the 13th, I decided we're going to start shooting all of these videos. So, because I had nothing to do that day, I thought, let's start shooting these videos. So I shot the first 4, which is most surprising album, most disappointing album, worst songs, best songs. Top 5 for all except best songs was top 10. I shot 4 of them in one day. And I even went to Best Buy that day because the audio for the Rode mic that I have was a tidbit iffy. So I wasn't sure if it was the connection or the mic. So I'm like, okay, let's get a new cable because if I get a new cable, that should work out just fine because I think it's coming from inside the camera, given the fact of what's going on. So I'm like, okay, let's get a new cable. Maybe the connection's wrong. Let's go from there. So then on Saturday the 11th or 14th, I thought, okay, it's the morning. I shot the podcast, the episode because I had to shoot on the 14th for the 17th. I thought, okay, let's go and shoot number 5 and number 6. So I shot worst album, best album. Again, top 5 worst album, top 10 best album. So I'm like, okay, let's go do this. This is going to be fun. This is going to be fine. This is going to be relaxing. Let's go do this. Use the new chord. Everything went through kind of like okay. And then Sunday happened. So Sunday, I had all of these and all the ads I'm going to be creating for them. I had all the raw video uploaded to my computer from the SD microchip. And I went to go start editing the first one. I was going to start cutting it. And what I mean by cutting it is because I shoot these all by myself. And I have to basically shoot these all at one take. So it's like if I fail on a take, I just say shit, take 2 or take 3 or take 4. And I just go from it again. So I have to make sure that stuff gets cut out. So I put the first video in Adobe Premiere Pro. And the audio wasn't there. I'm like, what? Did it just not get transferred into Premiere Pro? So let's delete that file. Let's delete that file in Premiere Pro and let's re-import it. Again, nothing. I'm like, okay, let's try another file. Let's try the most surprising album. Let's go with most disappointing. No audio. I listened to the audio on every single one of the videos. The 6 ad video, raw videos, and the 12 actual videos. And no audio could be heard. And I had just this entire rage-filled moment for about 5 minutes yelling any obscenity I could think of, due to the fact that I had just put 4.5 hours into just recording these and making sure that they were right. And now I've got to redo all of them on a Sunday afternoon before I have to go do a bunch of stuff, and I gotta get it done in like 3 hours. I'm like, this is gonna fucking suck. Plus, I know if my batteries was gonna, take care of it too, because I didn't know how much charge each of them had. So I'm like, shit, this is not gonna go well. So I said, you know what? Let's take a step back. Let's set up the camera and let's just roll, because again, I've already shot these before, so I know exactly where kind of I'm trying to say. So that should cut down the amount of takes I have to do in time, because there are takes where I just, mess up the wording, or there's takes where I just get stuck. So the takes where I get stuck should be completely eliminated, and the ones where I mess up, that's kind of more on me. So we'll see how that ends up going. I thought, okay, let's give it a shot. Let's go from here. Maybe this will work. So I set it up and I just started rolling. And I got one after the other done, just bing, 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 bing. It took about 2.5 hours, and after the first video, this was even after the first video, I took one, just like a 10-second one, just me going, blah, 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 just so I could hear if the audio worked. And the audio worked with the old connections. I said, screw it, we're sticking with the old connection on this one, we're just going for it. 2.5 hours later, I had the 6 videos down and the 6 ad videos down. I thought, okay, Kevin, you're fine. You're doing okay. Uploaded my computer, and I said, I am done with this for now, because I ended up going by my parents' house to go take care of something. I had to go play soccer afterwards. Then when I came back to my place, I'm like, okay, let's start cutting these. So I started cutting them on Sunday. After the GFM podcast recording, I cut them on Monday the 16th. Tuesday, I didn't do anything because everything I was messing with GFM. Wednesday, I finished cutting them as well. And then Thursday, I think I got one in. I got the most surprising one, everything done. That one, just to make sure everything was going good. But then Friday came, and this is why I had to take off of work, and this is why I decided not to go to AntiFlag, because I'd not been sleeping just trying to get all this shit together and everything else we're doing too, because I'm still doing all the daily stuff as well. I'm still going to my full-time job. I'm still going to the gym. I'm still, doing everything that we do on a normal daily basis for my Sunday Rock 2000 to today, and for the Chord Progression Podcast. Now I got to do all these YouTube videos as well. I got to set up time for myself just to kick these out and get these done. Plus, I hadn't had a day off since I was traveling back from Minneapolis after seeing Beartooth I Prevail and Day to Remember. So I thought, let's take a day off. Then I can actually go to AntiFlag and see how far I get. I didn't get far enough at that point when I was going to leave to go see AntiFlag that I felt comfortable, I can pick this up and go for it. So I said, you know what? I got to miss AntiFlag. This is going to suck, but I got to miss AntiFlag, and let's just kick out these videos. Let's just kick them all out. And by the end of the night, and by the time I was finally able to say, I'm going to go to sleep, I had the 5 videos, most disappointing album, best and worst songs, and best and worst albums. I had them all cut, edited, and exported. And just, oh God. And then I have to start uploading them too. Now, this is where the internet connection comes into play. So always make sure you have, make sure you double check, because make sure you know that your audio is going to work. But make sure with the internet connection, make sure it's a good one, because my internet connection is absolutely horrendous. So I started, this is back when I was editing, because if you guys take a look at them, you'll start seeing you start, especially the last couple, you start seeing there's some extra videos that are being plopped in there just for add effect. And yes, I did get a lot of YouTube videos as well, and a lot of music videos to put in there. No audio though, just the visual. So you gotta get a take of what the band was going for, what the band was looking like, and just enjoy, just kind of change up so you don't have to see my ugly mug the whole entire time. Ha 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 ha. But when I started trying to pull those, it was something like these videos are anywhere between 10 megabytes and 29 megabytes just to pull. And you want to know how long it took to pull these? It took, for all the videos I wanted to pull just so I could get pieces of them, I think it took me 4 hours to pull all of them. I mean, the speed did pick up after a while, but I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Why does it take so long just to download? I know my upload is crap, but my download shouldn't be that crap. So oh my God, it's good for streaming. But apparently Spectrum doesn't know what the hell I do here. So, and I told them I need better upload capabilities. They're like, oh no, you have it. I'm like, no, I don't. And this exemplifies right now, because as I was cutting and exporting these, I end up actually uploading Most Disappointing Album and Worst Song at the same time while the other ones were running or exporting, so I can actually have the file created. I'm like, okay, here we go. But I'm shooting this episode at, right now, it is on the dot 12:30 p.m. when I'm shooting this episode, okay? So this isn't, on Tuesday the 24th. This is the day I'm shooting the episode. It is 12:30 p.m. I got back to my place at around like 9:45-ish, and I had to start re-uploading the YouTube videos because once my computer just goes to sleep mode, it just stops uploading them and then it freezes them and then they don't go any further. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So I've got all 3 of them going right now. They've been going since 9:45, all 3 of them. And taking a look at what I have right now with them. So, God, this is bad because the best album of the year, the longest video, it's at 36% complete in just under 3 hours. Best song, 61% done, an hour and 50 minutes left. Worst album, 57% complete, 2 hours, 9 minutes left. But then again, once they fully, are uploaded and then they start processing, I can exit out when they start processing, which is nice because then, all the files are uploaded to YouTube. After the files are uploaded to YouTube, what I can end up doing is they can just end up processing them. And then I can close it out and I can just work on the next one. And then my computer can focus more, or the upload capability can focus more energy on the other files as well. So it's kind of like, you got a stream of running water, it's the same pressure all the way throughout, and you add, you have 1 tube, so it's going to have that nice consistent flow, but all of a sudden you add 2 and 3 more, and all of a sudden, you're going to get the same amount of water out, so it's going to give you the same output, but you're going to get less out of each one, so I'm getting a lot less out of these different videos, so hopefully they and the only reason I'm doing this now and uploading now is I want to make sure they get done. I just want to make sure they're uploaded and ready for you guys to go, because I still have to do all the ad cuts too. Again, the ad cuts do not take nearly as long at all. I mean, I cut them, I find them, I put the thumbnail in there, I do the captions for them, and then I export them. So those, I could probably get all of them done in maybe an hour and a half, because again, there's 6 of them. Just make sure they're A-okay and perfectly done. But my God, if I went over by my parents' house and was trying to upload this stuff, it's so much quicker. Just an insane amount quicker. But I don't always want to have to go over there for stuff just because it's just something where it's I like to be at home. I like to be at my place. I like to be, around my stuff. I like to be at my workstation because if I'm there, it's I can bring my laptop, I can still do stuff, but there's not as much that I can do because here I got my mixer, got the mic, got the webcam, got the point and shoot cam, got the DocuStation with the 3 monitors, got my old computer here if I, when working, I want to put Netflix on because as I've been working on all this stuff, I've been watching Christmas movies on Netflix to try and get into the Christmas spirit because, well, I've been kind of a Grinch with that lately. So I don't always want to go over there, but yeah, always have a good internet connection. So whenever I go to my next place after this, because the place that you see right now for all this stuff, that ain't gonna last, guys. It ain't gonna last because I'll have a different spot somewhere down the line. However, I'm gonna make sure I get a much better internet connection, and I'm probably gonna go with AT&T internet because that's what my parents have, and it works really well. Not gonna go with Spectrum again because of how bad this upload quality is. It is horrendous, and I mean horrendous. Dun, 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 dun. So, yeah, it's just not the best. But as I was saying, I was watching a lot of Christmas movies during the course of this because what else was I going to have on, kind of going with me? Just if I had music going on, I would be kind of messing with the sound I was trying to listen to because, of course, I'm going to listen to punk rock or metalcore or metal or hard rock. It's going to be loud. But if I put a Christmas movie on, Netflix on my laptop on the side, it's okay, you know what? This is fine. This ain't the worst thing in the world. You can deal with this, Kevin. You got this. But it's something where it's I wasn't getting in the Christmas spirit at all. Everyone was kind of calling me a Grinch too because I just refuse, and I mean absolutely refuse to listen to really anything Christmas music-y over the course of once Thanksgiving hit, it's oh my God, I can listen to Christmas music now. I'm nope, not doing it. And the reason is because it's the same stuff over and 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 over again. All the same old classics that, yes, I do like the old classics, but it's just, I don't want to listen to that same song over and over and over again. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some bands with some albums and songs that I don't mind listening to over and over and over again. I mean, hell, when I work out, I'm usually listening to Ice Nine Kills or Skillet or something like that, so I'm always listening to their stuff, so it's, I do that every day too, so it's a continuous flow of their stuff. But that's what I wanted to listen to. When it comes to Christmas music, I really don't care to listen to it all that much because they're just going to force feed you the same Dean Martin, Perry Como, Frank Sinatra songs over and over and over and over and over again. Burl Ives even. It's just like, I just get sick of Andy Williams. I forgot to put Andy Williams in there. And I just get sick and tired of it pretty quickly. Bing Crosby, there's another one. So I'm like trying to stay as far out of it as possible because I don't want to get sick of the season way too fast. But then all of a sudden, like, I'm working on stuff like I'm putting on Christmas movies. Like, I'm watching Christmas with the Cranks. I've got The Grinch. Actually, both of them that are on Netflix right now, because they had that Illumination one that came out last year. I had it on and watched it once. I felt like, oh my God, this was just, for a Grinch movie, this was god awful. I need to watch the Jim Carrey one. That is the best Grinch movie, is the one with Jim Carrey, because he's just an absolute, just behemoth when it comes to playing the Grinch. He's got full of energy. He's got all the crazy sounds to it. Just perfect. Getting Jim Carrey to do that was perfect. And there's no better Grinch movie ever that's going to be out. Yes, I do like, I mean, going back to the cartoon one with Boris Karloff narrating, yes, you got that sinister, you got the classic look to it. I always liked that one as a kid, but after seeing Jim Carrey as the Grinch, my God, you can't beat it. I mean, I still haven't seen some Christmas movies this season that I usually do, like Home Alone, Home Alone 2, Christmas Vacation, The Santa Claus with Tim Allen, because Tim Allen, it should be Santa Claus. It's awesome. I mean, if him and Tom Hanks were like co-Santa Clauses, like Woody and Buzz Santa Clauses, ha ha ha, oh man, that'd be awesome. But yeah. So taking a look at that, I'm like, man, I'm trying to think some other movies that, like, normal Christmas movies that, I watched White Christmas for the first time, all the way through. I've seen bits and pieces because my mom absolutely loves White Christmas. I can't stand it. So I'm like, there's nothing else good on Netflix right now, Christmas movie-wise. Let's just put on White Christmas and see what it's about. And I'm like, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be from my perspective, because I just don't like musicals or anything kind of really from that era. It's not really my style, but I'm like, oh God, I don't really want to watch this again. But it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, so had me there. So, I was like, okay, had me there. Yeah, had me there. But I probably really won't want to watch it again. Like, I want to watch Home Alone. I want to watch Home Alone 2. I want to watch Christmas Vacation, or I kind of get some horror stuff too, like Silent Night, Deadly Night, or Krampus. Krampus. Just something like that. Or like I said, after a while, I'm like, you know what, screw this. So I started watching like Christmas episodes from different series, like The Office Christmas specials or Parks and Rec Christmas specials. Just any kind of TV shows on there that I could get a Christmas for. Cheers. F is for Family. I've been trying to find some more. So you name it, especially after this, I've probably been watching it. Of course, I'm going to watch A Christmas Story on Christmas Day, because who doesn't do that? But will I watch it 2 or 3 times? Yeah, probably, because it's the only, you get a 24-hour span to watch it. There's 12 times you can watch it, and I'll end up watching it like 2 or 3 of those times, mostly because I actually really like the movie. I mean, it kind of reminded me as a kid, too, like, when my parents were like, I was pushing my parents, like, I want it, we get a dog for Christmas, let's get a dog for Christmas. I was pushing that hard, just like Ralphie was pushing the BB gun. I was actually pushing harder than Ralphie was, and I kept getting no, but of course, Christmas comes when I was in 3rd grade, and all of a sudden, get a box, and open it up, and boom, there's a little beagle, and I freaked the hell out, because I got me a dog. I was excited, stoked, whatever you want to say of it. And we had the beagle for about how long was it? 12 and a half years before we had to put her down due to a very aggressive form of cancer that came out of nowhere. Yeah, I think it was 12 and a half. And that dog, she is still the background on my phone. So that ain't never changed. She's been the background on my phone for 3.5 years. That ain't changing. I get to see my beagle every single day. And I love it. Ah! So, yeah. But just to kind of wrap up, because we're going into Christmas with this one and the holidays. One thing I always liked about Christmas, though, was, especially as I got older. Now, this is back when I when I got into college. Yeah, when I got into college, that's probably when it started. Was I started not liking like receiving gifts as much as I like giving them. I always enjoy seeing the look on people's faces when I give them gifts that, to show how much I care for them and appreciate them, and with family, how much I love them. And I have been, at first I was like, I was a bad gift giver. Like, I like, oh man, like you like this, so you're going to like this. It's like, no, it doesn't really work that way. You really got to make sure you know what you're doing. So with someone like my dad, he's big sports guy. And he's a bit he lives in Wisconsin, so yeah, he likes the Packers. But ever since he was a kid, he always had this huge soft spot for the Cleveland Browns. Yes, I said Cleveland Browns. And he's had the same old Cleveland Browns gear since I was like 3 or 4 years old. So this is stuff straight from the 1990s. And I'm like, I gotta up his wardrobe a little bit with the Cleveland Browns stuff. And my dad really likes gray t-shirts. I'm like, okay, I gotta find gray t-shirt, Cleveland Browns. But then I'm like, wait, he's really getting into like, those Nike Dry Fit performance shirt. I'm like, Nike Dry Fit, gray, Cleveland Brown shirt. Got him something like that. Perfect. My brother is a freaking Tottenham fan. And I've got a whole thing with that because I played soccer ever since I was a kid, and he always called me a field fairy. But then, of course, right when I get into college, all of a sudden he gets into the EPL and loves Tottenham. So I end up picking up a Tottenham 1978 warm-up jacket for him. So we'll see how much he likes that. His girlfriend, though, I just got her wine. It's that sounds worse than it actually is, because every single year ever since they've been together, I've got her some like wine for Christmas. I didn't know what the hell to get her, and I actually kind of find it hysterical because the first year was like I just got her some random wine, just went to pick some up. Last year, because if she got this promotion where she worked doing like the social media manager stuff. Yeah, social media manager and stuff. So I gave her a book for her birthday from Gary Vaynerchuk. So then I ordered wine off of winelibrary.com for her. That's Gary Vaynerchuk's dad's business. But then all of a sudden this year, Gary V opens up a winery called Empathy Wines. I'm like, well, I'm getting 3 bottles of rosé for her. So that's what she's getting. My mom was something completely insane, and this is there's the two I can't wait for are my mom and my aunt, and who's my aunt, this is my godmother too. So let me start with my mom. Why I can't wait for my mom to open her gift is because I literally told her, I'm like, I know what I'm gonna get everybody, but I have no clue what to get you. And she's like, oh, just get me something I like, you know what I like. And I'm thinking, Mom, I really don't know what the hell you like. And this is nothing against my mom. I mean, this is just something like, we do a lot of stuff together, but it's just like, I really don't know what she likes to maybe do like on her own. So I was like, I don't know what she likes to do on her own, because the fact of the matter is she's older. She's going to be retiring next year. She's going to have a lot of free time, not know what to do with it. I'm like, wait a minute, there is definitely something here. I thought, I don't really know what to get her, but she's going to retire. So what I decided was, I'm going with the retirement package for Christmas. So this is what I did for my mom. I wrapped up this giant box that, most of the stuff came in, and then she's going to open it up. Box will open, and then there's 4 individually wrapped gifts in the box. The first gift is a t-shirt that says retired as in year 2020 on there. It says, I worked my whole life for this shirt. And I think it's hysterical. Then we have a coffee mug. My mom is always drinking coffee, and it's the retirement coffee mug, retirement to-do list, and it has Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday on there, and it just says for each day, I don't have to do a damn thing. Absolutely love it. I'm like, okay, this is definitely going well. I'm like, but she doesn't know what to do in retirement. She's been telling me this. She's like, I don't know what to do with my time. So I bought her 2 books. Now, of course, you guys know me. I'm already into this with not being super serious. So I can't be serious with these gifts. I got to go a little bit further and further. So what I ended up doing was I decided to grab a book that had all these different Far Side comics, in the style of Far Side comics, that were very similar they were kind of similar, but they all talked about retirement. I'm like, oh my God, this is great, because who doesn't like a laugh when that shit happens? Why not? Let's do it. So I was pretty stoked about that as well. And then I found another book. It was called Boomer Chicks. The guide for baby boomer women who are retiring. I'm like, and it's actually, I looked to see, it's got some serious advice and a lot of funny anecdotes. I'm like, that is perfect. So that's what I'm doing for my mom. I'm doing that because I didn't know what to do, and I thought, she's going to retire. Let's celebrate the fact that she's going to retire, and she's now done with this shit. But now she has to deal with my dad's shit. My headphones just fell off. But yeah, now she has to deal with all my dad's shit, so we'll see how that all goes. So I'm intrigued by that and see how that all goes. But then there's my aunt, my godmother. So this is the one. This woman. She has treated my brother and myself like her kids ever since we were born. Now, on my mom's side of the family, she has 2 sisters, and her oldest sister has a daughter who is in her early 40s. Then there's my brother who's 26. I'm 25, and then my cousin who's in her early 40s. She has a 13-year-old son. So, and in that kind of there's 4 of us in a way. But whenever we were growing up, because my brother and I were very much closer in age, my aunt ended up treating my brother and I like we were her kids. She'd end up when it came to to Christmas time and birthdays, we always got the coolest stuff from her. I'm not gonna lie on that, just because I'm not gonna beat around the bush. She always got us the coolest stuff. Well, also she we went on a couple of trips with her as well. She was kind of the one that orchestrated my brother and I going to Disney World. She took us to Boston one year. I got to go to a good amount of football games, like Viking games, because of her. And my uncle as well. I got to throw him in there as well. Shout out to my uncle. I'm not going to say their names, though, because I don't want you guys looking at them. But I'm like, okay, this is awesome. And one thing I always remember to do at that point in life, and my dad taught me this way early, but I've never forgotten it, was anytime they do something for us, anybody in my family, anybody, I always say thank you. And the reason I do that is because they're doing this stuff for me that's nice. They don't have to do it for me. I'm going to show them gratitude, because I really am thankful for this. And thankful that I have them in my life. But since, I want to say 2017 or 2016, I've always gotten a little something extra from my aunt, because, yes, she is my godmother. And I felt like, you know what, let's go get a little something extra, because she deserves it, okay? She absolutely deserves it. And last year, I had an idea with my brother, my little cousin, who's 13, and myself. And what we were going to do was we were going to go all get a picture taken with Santa Claus and just have fun with that. Unfortunately, though, we took it on December 23rd of 2018. My brother wasn't going to be until December 24th on Christmas Eve, so we couldn't get my brother into it as well, so I'm like, dang. But then I remembered my little cousin, this aunt that's my godmother, that's his godmother as well, so I'm like, okay, we can work with this. So we went to go get a picture taken with Santa last year, and of course, if you guys have known anything about me right now, I don't take serious pictures. I'm kind of goofy, so we were like, alrighty, there's gonna be a lot of people in line, a lot of families, a lot of little kids, and Santa's probably gonna be like, you know what, I got all these little kids coming by, kind of got to change it up a little bit, and all of a sudden you get two knuckleheads like me who's wearing the Viking Santa hat I have on right now. Yes, I wore that. A Miller Lite sweatshirt, because my aunt worked for Miller and I thought it'd be fun. And then I had those soccer pants on that just go past you, the 3/4 pants. And now if you guys look, you can see my knee on the video. Oh, scandalous. I mean, my shorts are longer than that, but they're just riding up woo! What the hell am I on? Okay, so back to the story. So then my little cousin, he's got this long sleeve Minnesota Golden Gopher shirt on. I got him one year. I'm like, yeah, this kid is awesome. So we go up and we're trying to figure out what the heck to do. And we were going to do, if you guys ever seen the SpongeBob episode where Patrick's like, you have to develop an appreciation for freeform jazz. So I was going to go like this, kind of have my the finger and the thumb and the L, not on the shape of my forehead. Wait, why did I just do that on my forehead? But I was gonna have it, and I was gonna put it like this, kind of I'm thinking my little cousin was gonna take his fist, bend it in, and he's gonna put his head, his chin on the back of his fist, and just kind of look and be all serious. But of course, when we get up there, we tell Santa what's going on. We're here to get a picture with you, and it's gonna be a Christmas present for my aunt and for our godmother. Santa was totally in on this. So what ended up happening was my little cousin ended up doing the hand on the fist, looking like he was all serious and thinking. Santa, on the other hand, saw my Viking Santa hat and was giving me the tisk, tisk, tisk. And I looked at Santa, I'm with that look, I'm like, oh, come on, man. Had the arms out wide. It was hysterical. So I got a frame for it, and we had my aunt open up on Christmas Eve, along with my mom. My little cousin got her something. Basically, I went to the liquor store on my way home and got a bottle of Grey Goose, and I wrapped it. It was to my mom from my little cousin, and it was just a hysterical thing overall. But this year, when I was in Amsterdam, I found something. Now I know this sounds really bad already, but you gotta hear me out on this one. It's not bad at all, trust me. So when I was in Amsterdam, when hanging out, doing the 30 Seconds to Mars thing in Croatia, because I went to Amsterdam afterwards, I ended up was walking around and I found this rubber duck shop. So they just sold rubber ducks. That was it. And they had all these different cool ones, all these Batman ones. They had all these different characters from comic books, pop culture, history, everything. They even had Donald Trump. It said "Make America Quack Again." I wanted to buy that one because I'm like, I got to get that one for myself. But there was one that I saw. And I'm like, oh my God, I have to get this for my aunt. and it was a duck that was called I Love Ducky, and it was an I Love Lucy duck. So the duck looked like Lucille Ball from I Love Lucy. Now, the reason I picked that one is because my aunt is a huge I Love Lucy fan. When they lived here in southeastern Wisconsin, when they had the house here, their downstairs bathroom was the Lucy bathroom. So it had all this like I Love Lucy memorabilia all over it. And it was something that, like, there was always kind of like a connection there too. It's like, okay, we know the Lucy stuff, we know the Lucy bathroom, we know about all this stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, I really have to go and get this Lucy stuff because this is great. I'm enthralled by this. This is something that's awesome. Let's go do it. So I ended up buying the Lucy duck, flew it back here with me to the States, and when I'm like, okay, I got to pick out all my gifts, I said, oh God, I don't even remember where I put it. I knew it was in my 10 by 10 bedroom somewhere. I just didn't know where. So when I was at work, I told one of my coworkers, because she was like, yeah, my boyfriend's a duck hunter. I'm like, can you send him to my house because he's got to hunt a duck with me. She's like, what kind of duck? I said, a rubber duck. Explain the story. She's like, I got to tell this kid he's got to go hunting with you, find a rubber duck. And apparently the kid was not too impressed with my style, but it was still kind of funny. I mean, I found it the next day. I literally flipped up my mattress, and it was like in the back corner of my bed. I'm like, yes. So we'll see I can't wait to see her open that one specifically, due to the fact that it's something that's not super serious, but it's like with the photo for Santa, but it's something that is like the personal connection kind of thing. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for. And every year with her on Christmas, my goal is always to try and get her to cry, but good tears. Get her to cry good tears, like the happy tears, those happy emotional tears, like, oh my God, I can't believe you did this for me, thank you so much, those kind of tears. I never want to have the, oh my God, this is ruined tears, because that's just horrible, and I'm never dealing with that. But I'm always trying to make those happy tears come. So I'm hoping to do this with the rubber ducky. We'll see what happens with that. And then for the side of the family with all the little kids running around, we always do a white elephant gift exchange. Last year, what did I do last year? Oh, I had a giant blanket made that I took the picture of Buzz's girlfriend from Home Alone. I put on top of the blanket, Buzz, your girlfriend. On the bottom, it just said, woof. Oh man, was that a funny one. The year before that, because I've got most side of the family is politically right-leaning, so I got Hillary Clinton's What Happened book. I bought it used because they're like, one of my was like, how could you buy this new? I'm like, I bought it used, and the money went to Hillary. He's like, good. So we're kind of having some fun with that. And then when it comes to the year beforehand, I got this. Oh my God, I'm gonna pull it out for you guys. Yeah. So I made a pillowcase. And if you're watching the video, you're going to get to see the pillowcase. So what I did was I made a pillowcase, and let's just pull it up right now. So this is it. It has Cousin Eddie from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation emptying the RV's chemical toilet into the sewer. And it says, Merry Christmas, shitter was full. It literally says that on the pillowcase. As I was buying this, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to get one to give it for my elephant gift, I decided, nope, we're not buying one. We're buying two, because I wanted one for myself. And I have one for myself, and I'm so happy I still have it, because that is my favorite pillowcase of all time. It is hysterical. But this year, I decided to go with something a little bit more, less creative, but still something that really is going to get with my family, because I mean, I got cousins that are in there, but older cousins between 32 and 43, I want to say. So they all grew up playing Nintendo, Super Nintendo. They always grew up playing Super Mario, that kind of stuff. Even the parents knew about it. So I got a Christmas tree topper and the Mario Star. So it's a Super Mario Star Christmas tree topper. I absolutely think it's hilarious. We'll see how my family thinks about it, because who the hell knows how that's actually going to turn out. I'm a little nervous about it, but we will see what happens. And on that note, guys, I'm going to end this podcast, this Christmas Eve podcast. I want to thank you guys for joining me on Christmas Eve as well, or whenever you're listening to this. I want you guys to have a Merry Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, whatever holidays, happy holidays. And for the podcast listeners, you will hear me again just before the new year. So, Merry Christmas, happy holidays, everybody. This is Kevin from the Chord Progression Podcast, brought to you by My Song They Rock 2000 to today. And you guys, of course, know how I end all these videos. Let's do it with a see ya!